It has been said that artificial intelligence is the art of making machines act the way they do in the movies. If life imitates art, then it's a pretty good bet we'll all be wiped out by AI at some point in the near future. It's no wonder that people, including the late physicist Stephen Hawking, have issued dire warnings. Perhaps even geniuses like Hawking are susceptible to what Alvin Toffler dubbed future shock in his influential best-selling book from 1970. In the introduction, Toffler wrote, "This is a book about what happens to people when they are overwhelmed by changes. It is about the ways in which we adapt or fail to adapt to the future." This book has a similar mission. Its intent is not to exacerbate your fears, nor is it to allay your apprehensions. We live in a world where technology with the power to learn and persuade is being deployed by hidden forces all around us. Whether you are an advertising executive, a corporate marketer, or a concerned citizen, my goal is to equip you with an understanding of the technologies shaping our lives, so that you are better prepared to deal with the consequences, and so that we may all work together to help guide society in a more positive direction. Toffler also wrote that change is the process in which the future invades our lives. Maybe it's the choice of a word like invade that gives us pause about what the future of AI may bring. We may take comfort that there is still a sizable gap between the so-called narrow applications of AI that exist today, such as a chatbot with a limited range of responses, and general applications of AI, such as those we see depicted by the science fiction androids who can pass themselves off as human. Professor Daniela Rus, director of MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, CSAIL, said, "Today, it is easier to send a robot to Mars than to get that robot to clear your dinner table." Why? Because clearing the dinner table is a more complex operation than steering a spacecraft. The robot going to Mars doesn't have to make a huge variety of different kinds of decisions, just a few narrowly defined ones. It needs to land safely, for instance, and then perhaps scoop up a hunk of Martian soil for analysis. Apologies to the rocket scientists at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab for this gross oversimplification. Clearing the dishes, on the other hand, requires an AI agent to make a huge number of diverse decisions, such as whether the scoop of macaroni and cheese left on a plate is worth saving, which dishes can go in the dishwasher, and whether the plastic container of food that's been forgotten in the back of the refrigerator for 3 weeks can be thrown out, not to mention meeting the challenge of moving around a kitchen and avoiding kids and pets without breaking things. That's the basic framework we can use to distinguish between narrow and general AI. Everything we can do with artificial intelligence today is narrow, and the stuff we see in the movies is general. Fortunately, the AI depicted in the movies will remain far ahead of the actual technology, even when the day comes that movies are produced and directed entirely by androids. The voice of an algorithm. Now comes the more nuanced and less comforting news. Narrow applications of AI are already invisibly at work behind the scenes throughout the digital world, and most of us are only dimly aware of the implications. The world of marketing and advertising, in particular, is being permanently transformed by automation, big data, and machine learning. And the race is on to find more and more effective means of manipulating human behaviors. We have reached an intersection where the science of persuasion and the technology to deliver personalized messaging on a mass scale are colliding at breathtaking speeds. As consumers, we are left playing catch-up, and we frequently find ourselves taken off guard by the power inherent in human-computer interactions.
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.